Hi you guys, I'm working on a demo video right now. I'm going into my media browser and searching for the files that I wish to use. This is just a practice video if you want to learn these basic skills with me. They're not super basic, but they are very necessary. I will be messing with composition, titles, graphics of the titles, sound, adding sound, that kind of thing. So I got the clips that I want to use, and now we are just adding them in and reorganizing them. Now I'm speeding up this clip of me just going through everything. I got a little notification, just get rid of it. And now we are back in the project area, and this shows us all of the files that we opened. You can't preview them in them, dragging the cursor over them. And now I'm just changing the structure and sequence, and I'm gonna keep this black and add text onto it for the title screen. So I'm clicking the text tool and I'm creating a text box. And for this hypothetical practice video, let's put in something to do with poetry, nature, or ASMR. Now I'm looking for the effects graphics panel, and that is essential graphics, so sorry, and you'll find that in the Windows file. This is what you use to edit the text. Browsing is the already made one, pre-prepared ones. For text, you would normally click the edit. The edit just allows you to have so much more control over things, font, size, color. I'm going to keep it white, but here I'm just looking for a nice font. Now I'm just finishing up this text box. I sped up this clip just to make it easier to watch. Moving around the panels just so I can see everything easier. But I actually feel very satisfied with it. And now we're actually going into the sound bar. And we are clicking on the pen tool. I do want to keep the nature sounds, but I just want to quiet them. So with the pen tool, you can click, as you can see, that deviances my voice in the video, and I want to get rid of it. And so instead of just muting the entire panel, I'm using the pen tool to create these divots to make a slope down. I didn't create enough divots because I really wanted that U shape. And I had a V, but with this we can test it and there is no more sound. And then this is a slow-mo waterfall. It was very loud, so I just shushed it a little by lowering that sound bar in the audio panel. And the clip is already in slow motion. Right now I'm just showing you by double clicking the clip, you can actually change the speed and duration. So since mine was already slow, I made it faster. And so now it looks a little bit more natural, and you can see the size change drastically as well. So that's something to keep in mind when you want to do fast, slow, or faster speeds on clips. They can be very necessary though if your video is a time lapse. It's easy to make a really long video short. I added more text at the end. I'm moving it around because I think it'd be nice to see it not fade to black but fall to black too, but have the word on the image beforehand. Okay, and so now I myself am recording a voiceover for this video. You won't be able to hear it, but this is how you do it. Since you can't hear it, I'm going to speed it up. Now you can see me talking in this. It says recording. You can see the green bar show the audio levels. It's when you get into the oranges and the reds that you worry about being too loud. Okay, now I'm just listening to it to make sure I like it. And it passed the test. And next I found some common use music. It was calming. It was kind of lo-fi vibe, which I think would suit this very well. And so I decided to add it in. I got it off of YouTube. You can find a lot of free music off of YouTube. I cannot get rid of that piece without deleting the audio just simply from how I downloaded it, but we're innovative. We're just throwing it out of the frame because it won't hurt anything. And you never see it again. But this section is just me altering the audio to fit my video. As you can see, I showed you I deleted it to show you couldn't get rid of just one. It's now we're listening to it, and I want to get rid of this section, so I'm going to cut it. Okay, sped this up. I'm lowering the sound bar just simply because I don't want the music as loud as it can be. I still want to hear some nature, so I'm bringing that all the way down into the lower half of the audio panel. And then from there, I'm cutting it to about the space that I think I want it, so that way we get a little bit of an intro, but not as long of an intro. Testing it. But as you can also see, the music is way longer than the clip video that I have, so we also need to clip that. So we're going to place it about right there, and we're going to cut it, delete it. And this is very nice if you want a nice cool down for the videos. You use the pen tool on the audio bar, and that kind of gives you a nice decrescendo. Then it hits spin. Now we're going to export it. How I export it is I highlight everything in the timeline sequence, and I go to File, Export Media, and it brings up this tab. For this tab, I keep generally everything the same. You see the full length video and all the components. All I change is match source. I make sure the format is H.26, and you just wait for it to encode. I hope this is helpful for everyone watching this. I know I really needed this when I started doing video editing. I wasn't the best at video editing, but I think it's quite nice to have a reference. Now it's saved, and thank you for watching. And let's just save this just for safekeeping. Bye.